What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today I'm going to be talking about comic hunting in the wild, the highs, the lows, and going through some major scores I've had in the last couple of days and how my collection really reflects how I'm a wild hunter. But before I get into any of that, check this out. Shout out to Big Time Collectibles. We always want to say thank you for them being a channel sponsor and sponsoring the monthly Legion Loot giveaway for the channel members. Be sure to check them out. Follow them on social media. Do not miss out on the awesome stuff they've got going on. And also, if you're looking to get anything cleaned or pressed, look no farther. Justin Comic on Instagram can hook you up for as little as $10 a book. Use that promo code WeAreLegion and take advantage of that buy two, get the third free special. All right, guys, so today I'm talking about comic hunting in the wild. Why I prefer it, what are some of the highs and some of the lows. So straight up, why I prefer it is because it's just fun, man. You can never replace the awesome feeling of actually going out to a shop, not knowing what's going to be in there, digging through long box after long box. I mean, walking into a shop and just looking at like the wall of keys or what's in the glass case and not knowing what you're going to find is one of the most exciting things for me about comic hunting. So, one of the lows is they're not always going to have what you're looking for. It's pretty straightforward. If you're a very specific collector, if you're like very narrow margin on what you enjoy or what you're trying to buy, that's probably not going to be the way for you. You know, there's always the option of online hunting. You can always just go straight to the internet and just pay whatever an asking price is or try to haggle a little bit and just get what you're looking for. But that is never going to replace the hunt for me. So one of the great things about me and the way I collect, and my collection really reflects this, is I like a lot of comics. I like a lot of characters, and there's really, I couldn't even put a limit on something that I'd be willing to buy if the price was right. So whenever I go into a shop, I always feel like I'm a kid in a candy store, just diving through, just looking for that right book at the right price. And today I've got a stack of right books at the right prices that I scored from Dead Media Collectibles. It's a local honey hole here, as well as the Augusta Book Exchange, my regular LCS that I shout out regularly. Be sure to hit them up if you're ever in the area. And be sure to follow Dead Media Collectibles over on Instagram. They are always doing tons of great stuff. He's always getting in who knows what. Like today, we bought like $70 worth of Polly Pockets. Like my wife saw them and flashed right back to her childhood and got them. And she's been playing with them with the kids. And it's just been a good day. So right off the bat, the couple books these are like, everyone who watches my content knows I do not collect Star Wars books. I absolutely love Star Wars, but my intake of Star Wars is limited to the TV shows and the movies. I'm not going to take it beyond that. But I did come across a copy of Darth Vader issue #1 at the Augusta Book Exchange. Right book, right price, right time, and I could not pass it up. So this book has already found its new home. It's going to be getting sent off to a good friend in the community who saw it and said that they didn't have it, and they're a huge Star Wars fan. So I'm sending that off to him. But another book that I picked up was The Boys issue number, what is it, October 6th, Boys #1. Yeah, this is The Boys issue 1. So that's kind of a good book to have. You know, The Boys is a hot show right now. I absolutely love it. It's a blast. I've never read the comics. Don't plan to, but again, it was the right book, right price, right time. So I snagged it up, and I guess I'm just going to throw this into a Legion Loot giveaway for channel members. That'll make its way into there. I'll slowly just kind of pick stuff up to add to that to stack up. Let's see. Oh man, I got some bangers here to show you. The next one that I picked up today was Secret Origin of Superheroes issue number 17. So that is the first appearance of the Huntress as well as her origin. So the Huntress is one of the Bat family characters at this point, and she's getting a lot of attention in current Detective Comics right now with Bruce out of the way. But This is from 1977, and that is a clean copy. Like, absolutely gorgeous copy. So could not pass that up. Had to snag that bad boy. And then here's awesome sauce right here. So if you check my previous content, you know that My Tales of Teen Titans number 44 is off at CGC right now. That's the first appearance of Nightwing. But here's issue 42, which is book 1 of the Judas Contract, the story arc that his first appearance goes through. Super duper cheap. Here's book 2, issue number 43 of that storyline. Super duper cheap again. And so issue 44, book 3 is actually the first appearance of Nightwing. So here's book 4, the finale to that story arc, the Judas Contract. But I didn't leave it behind, and I grabbed another copy of issue number 44. And again, this is a really clean copy. It's really nice. It does have a little color break going right here where it had been previously creased. It almost looks like it's already been pressed out, but the color break remains. There's a little bit of dirt on the A, but I'm very confident that my main man, Justin Comics, can do wonders with this book. A little bit of TLC can get it back to its maximum potential. But that's some George Perez, Marv Wolfman goodness right there. So I managed to pick up the entire Judas Contract storyline for super great price. So good that I couldn't leave it behind. And then one that I didn't have in my PC that I did share issue 59 of earlier in the year, toward the end of last year, but I picked up issue 58 of All-Star Comics Presents, which is the first appearance of Power Girl. That's Superman's cousin when she first rolls in. JLA goodness right here. Absolutely love the JLA. So that's 1976, and it's in great shape for being from 1976. Definitely has some love on it. It's got some spine wear, but man, it's overall in good shape. Happy to add that to the collection. And then one that I actually had 2 copies of already, but I couldn't pass this up, especially not for the price. This is from 1972. This is some Jack Kirby greatness, a character that I definitely love. And this is my 3rd copy of the book now, but now this one is slabbed up, and it's a 5.0 of New Gods, issue number 7, the first appearance of Steppenwolf there. You know, I still have my Steppenwolf up on display up there. But like I try to get all my Kirby keys, the DC Kirby keys slabbed up, like all the Kirby first. So I've got my New God slabbed up. I've got like my first Dark Side. I've got 2 copies of Steppenwolf not slabbed up where I had one. I bought another one in a better grade. And I think that this one is probably going to average out around where my best copy is, but it's already slabbed. So now I can just sell off the other copies and not be a hoarder, Scott. But so if you're looking for Steppenwolf, reach out to me, let me know. But I'm super happy to have this one in there. It is an older CBCS case. It is an older label. Doesn't matter to me one bit. Yeah, these cases are not something to write home about, but they get the job done, and it's perfectly fine. I think my Hulk 180 is in one of these as well. So I might do a couple of reholders, send some off eventually once I have a stack of them or something. But the book to end all books out of what I picked up, and it's not necessarily the book itself that holds all the value. It's what's been done to the book. So it comes with a certificate of authenticity. It was a Dynamic Forces special, and it's from 2000. So 199 were made. This is number 3 of 199. And this is the Millennium Edition, Crisis on Infinite Earths, book number 1. So if you remember that Millennium Edition looked like that, I showed one for Action Comics, but this one is signed by not just Marv Wolfman, but it is signed it's got Dick Diodato, Marv Wolfman, and George Perez. All 3 signed this bad boy. So you got Dick Diodato's signature, you got Marv Wolfman's signature, and then you got George Perez down the side. But the best thing is he remarked it with the flash on there. So that is stellar. So I don't know if you might have heard the news, but there is a private signing scheduled for CGC. But just the other day, George Perez's family had to post online that he wasn't doing well and that he was in the hospital for an infection, and they expected him to be getting out of the hospital, but they had to postpone the signing indefinitely for the time being. So I'm super grateful to have this in my collection, because I cannot care less about the books that I have at CGC for the signing, whether they get signed or not. who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? It would be great if they did, but in the grand scheme of things, who cares? So it's awesome to have found this one. So I've got that, and then I'll be able to send that off to CBCS to get it graded if I decide I would like to. I could always throw it in a comic skin, put my own label on it, and make it nice and presentable, because it's not for resale. That's definitely for the PC, man. That's something right there. So that's what hunting in the wild gets me when I go out. Just a wide variety of stuff. I mean, it's mainly DC heavy, but that's just kind of what had come into the shop. A major collection of DC books had shown up, and he's been processing them and getting them priced and getting them put out. So I was able to score a lot of great DC keys, plus those other two independent titles from the Augusta Book Exchange, which that was a guy who's in the military who was leaving and just kind of offloaded his books back to the comic shop that he had for a while, that he wasn't going to take them with him, and these two were in there. So that was really cool. So I highly recommend, like, if you're able to, if it's something that if you have access to the shops, and like, try to go hunt for the wild first. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy just to go online and just click a button and swipe your card and just make a purchase to buy something. And it's great to get those books. I have plenty of books I bought that way, but it never replaces the feeling of going and looking in shops, and then just one day there it is, a book that you've been looking for at a price that's fantastic for you, and you're able just to catch it before somebody else does. That's a great feeling that every comic collector needs to at least get a few times in their life. The thrill of the hunt and the feeling of success when you find it. So leave a comment to this video. Let me know a story about one of your hunts that you are really memorable to you, when you went out just kind of perusing the back issues, or you were looking for something for so long, the moment that you finally found it, or what you found in back issues that you would never expect to find, or on the shelves in general. It doesn't have to be the back issues. I just want to hear some comic hunting stories. So definitely leave a comment below. Let's hear some of them. Let's talk about them. And it'd be cool if we continue this conversation on At Week's End this Sunday. We can bring up some of these stories. So I appreciate you watching. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.